10. Hi guys, General Splatton here. Today I want to do a tools and tips video. So let's get started. Trying to make this fast. You probably, like me, already bought a file set or have a file or two around, and it probably looks exactly like these, with the grooves in it. You know, you picked it up for a few bucks. Well, I found something better after I bought those, obviously. This came from a big box building material store. These are diamond coated files, and this is a little micro file set. You get 5 files. You get a half round, a round, a triangle, a flat, a square, and this is a pointed flat. Good thing about these is that they give a finer file. They don't gouge as bad as the files we're used to. So I highly recommend these. I just don't even put it in my handle here. I just use them just like this. And plus I got a screwdriver set with it as well, so, and a case. Highly recommend these. Find you a set online or go to a big box store for building materials, hardware store. You should be able to find these. They will last you, should last you a lifetime with proper care, and they will give you a better result than the cheaper files that probably 99% of us have. Okay, this tip comes by way of Collodito 1 or Collodito. You saw my little video about basing and filling in the gaps. Well, about using gel super glue. If you don't have Zip Kicker or CA accelerant, you can use baking soda. He told me about that, and he said he learned it from Bad Grindles. So thank you guys for that. So you can just use baking soda on your super glue to get it to set that much faster. Alright, next on handles. This is a Coke bottle top, 2-liter bottle. It's got some blue tack, poster tack on it. Well, a lot of times if you're using this, you might get your hands all over the model. This is a 3/4 inch piece of dowel. Just put you some more blue tack, or you could just glue it permanently to the top of this. Stick it on, make sure it's good and on there, good and tight. And now I got me a handle I can turn anyway. It's very, very light. This is as light as a miniature or less, so my hand won't have fatigue, but I got something that I can grip with very well to hold a miniature. If you don't like that method, here's another interesting little one. This is a paper clip for big stacks of papers. I've bent these little handles. Just take it and bend it downward, open it up. This works if you've got a miniature that has a slot for slotted bases, that is. Stick the slot in there, the tab, and now you can hold it. You see I've primed with it. Now, I mean, they make bigger ones. These are the real small ones. I mean, you can get them up to out like that, you know, a couple inches, 2 or 3 inches across for really big stacks of paper. So just put your miniature in there and prime it, paint it, whatever you wish to. Or you can also do this. Just stick it down in the top of that, and you can prime paint to your heart's content. Alright, now you've seen this before. I did a review of the Duplicolor self-etching primer, and I mentioned that my particular auto parts store had green. Well, I found out that this is the only color it comes in, is green. There is no white, black, or gray. This is the only color. I've been to their website, and this is it. But I highly recommend this. It's a great product. It almost virtually eliminates rub off from your miniatures. If you've got a metal miniature, this stuff works phenomenally well. I haven't tried any other self-etching primer. There are others out there that would have like a gray color, but I've not tried any of those. And plus, this is very, very cheap. This I found it online for $5. I paid around $7 for it, tax and all. But you can find it pretty cheap, and you know, for what this does for metal miniatures, it is well worth it. Duplicolor self-etching primer in only green. Don't know why. I'm sure there's a very, very good reason why it's just in green, but I don't know what it is. Alright, and last but not least, if you're like me and you paint on a styrofoam plate, or you mix up your glues and epoxies or whatever, then You know, it runs out after a while because I don't like mixing over stuff a lot of times, even though I do it. Well, these go through them pretty fast. Flip it over and you got a whole new palette. I thought about this about a month ago. I threw my other one away before I did the video. I forgot about it, but this one's ready to go. So I got me a whole clean palette again to mix up my paints, and then I can chuck it. So I get double life out of a paper plate. Okay, and last but not least, I want to ask the whole community, help me out with this. I'm looking for a 1-part glue or resin or epoxy resin, something that's 1 part, don't have to mix it, that's 5 minutes, that'll hold as well as like JB Weld, or I've got JB Weld, I've got Gorilla Glue, I've got 5-minute epoxies, but you got to mix them. You know, I'm trying to save time. Super glue gets too brittle. You know, I want something when I pin it and put this other stuff on, it's done. JB Weld works great, but I got to sit there and mix it all up. And if I'm doing a big model, you know, I got to mix a whole bunch of times, and that slows me down. Gorilla Glue expands, so it's not the best thing for certain jobs with miniatures. Some jobs with really big gaps, it can work great on. 5-minute epoxy, same thing. You got to sit there and mix it up, and you got to use it in a little batch, and you can't, you know, you got to keep mixing if you got a model that has, you know, 10 or 15 parts to it. So if anybody knows of a 1-part 5-minute epoxy or less that is not super glue, please let me know. I don't care what the price is. I mean, if I can justify it, if it's not like $100 for a tube of it. So if anybody knows of anything, please shoot me a PM or a comment. Put it in the comment section so other people can read it too, because they might desire and need the same thing as I do. Well, that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, let me know. If you got any comments or any ideas that are better than mine, please put them in the comment section. People do read them, and I certainly do. Well, this is General Splatton. Appreciate you watching. I'll talk again. Dismissed.